a judge's decision yesterday that seemed to upend that Ripple decision earlier. Coinbase shares are reacting very sharply to that news today.
So yeah, Melissa, that's been a big driver of Coinbase's strength in the past couple weeks. So investors interpreted this ruling from July that another crypto company, Ripple, essentially didn't violate securities laws. So that would have supported Coinbase's defense against the SEC in the lawsuit against Coinbase that the SEC has brought. Another ruling yesterday, though, from a judge in the same district in New York was seen as pretty much a rejection of that and potentially complicates some of the use of Coinbase's, like, looking at that ruling for its own case and some of the legal defense there. And that has been pouring a little bit of cold water on the enthusiasm that came out of the first case. So sort of conflicting rulings out of the same court system in New York.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But of course, you have to do your own research. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks pulling back, and we can clearly see why. We have yield rates finally moving back up. We have the dollar moving back up. And of course, in crypto, volume is moving because now we have some volatility. In order to move up or down, you have to have volume. And then we have Tether, USDC, and then we have the Fed repo move back up, 1.82 trillion. And remember to follow the repo daily because it's another signal on where the market is going. And guys, we know the central banks are raising rates and running off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the 4th industrial revolution can rise. Where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Now we have DeSantis continues to promote Bitcoin and says that he's going to be banning CBDCs. And remember I told you guys, because he's promoting family values, he may seem down now, but he will slowly creep back up. And then we know the entertainment begins next year because then we have the Trump case. And anytime we have a presidential run, guys, we know they bring in all the distractions. Remember, the people are distracted on things that don't matter, and that's the reason why the NWO can keep moving towards the 4th industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale. Sent about $24.4 billion yesterday. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have the Litecoin Halving expected tomorrow. And we have Charlie Lee promotes collectible cards with 50 grams of silver and 6.25 Litecoin. So guys, we see he's trying to cash in on the moment. Now we have WorldCoin launch sparks debate over data privacy and future of AI. And unfortunately, guys, the masses don't care. They have no clue about the 2030 agenda and that the 2030 agenda has been moved up. And that's going to be man versus machine. Now we have Binance plans to list 34 tokens in Japan as it re-enters the market. And remember, guys, the emerging markets are leading the 4th industrial revolution on purpose. We already see the two sides being created, and we had the Russian-Africa summit, which our mainstream media blacked out. We know the BRICS nations are set to rise. Now we have Nomura's crypto arm gains operating license approval in Dubai. And guys, we know the Middle East also is leading this 4th industrial revolution with the digital assets and then also the metaverse. Now we have Meta to launch AI chatbots with personalities to retain users. And guys, we know this is a setup for the metaverse. They want the masses getting used to interacting with bots. And don't forget to watch the video I did last night. We had one of the hosts on CNBC, Andrew Sorkin, say that people rather interact with a bot than actual people. And yes, guys, you heard that correctly. Now we have Wintermute researcher finds that ball meme coin has potential ties with Alameda Research. And guys, we know this is all a movie. You have to sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out. We know who's always behind the pumps and dumps. And speaking of the movie, we have FTX plans to restart exchange for international customers. And don't forget, guys, the same attorney, John Ray III, to handle Enron, is handling FTX. Remember, guys, this is definitely all a movie. We know what the bank man was working on. The $1 trillion derivatives market on blockchain being ran by an algorithm. And that changes the whole economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, guys, we have Judge Slam's Ripple decision and SEC case against Terraform Labs. And this ruling has nothing to do with the decision that XRP is not a security unless we know the SEC appeals. And again, guys, this is all a movie. Because remember, guys, UST is just a stable coin. Nobody bought that coin expecting returns. And we know Luna's collapse was a coordinated effort to keep you distracted while they collapsed the banks. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.